Southern Woods and Waters TV. That's where you want to be. Foggy mornings in the field, from the creek with rod and reel, doing what we love in Tennessee. Patriot Demolition presents Southern Woods and Waters with Hugh McNaughton and Brandon Dowdy. Also being brought to you by Sniper Hunting Products, Deer 30 Minerals, Candy Fork Outdoors, Weststone Cry-Like Realtors, TWRA, Capital Sportsman, Nashville Marine, Davidson Farmers Co-op, Courtney's Restaurant and Catering, Mowing and More, CVA, Wilson Bank and Trust, Flowers Processing and Garden Center, X Outdoor Products, and Hunter Up.
All right, welcome everyone. I'm Hugh and Brandon.
And I'm Brandon Dowdy.
We are
Southern Woods and Waters.
That's right. I tell you what, it's been a hot week, buddy.
It's been hot, a little wet, a little hot again, a little hotter.
The humidity made us even hotter.
I think they've just been preparing us for tomorrow, from what I understand. So.
Yeah, is this supposed to, it's like
it's supposed to be a real bummer tomorrow.
Like 109 or something like that. Heat index.
I don't. It's up there somewhere.
That's too much.
It's too much.
We don't need any more. Because it's not pretty, fat boy sweating.
No, it's made for some hot days.
It's made. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we got a whole lot of stuff going on in the outdoors.
There's a lot coming up. There really is. We've got several fishing tournaments over the next few weeks coming up. Of course, we'll get into more of this later, but you got duck blind drawings, you got WMA permits going out. Those drawings are going on.
You got squirrel season?
Squirrel season fixing to start. So it's one thing after another in outdoor. It might be hot, but there's a lot going on.
And you're about a little over a month away from dove season opening. So
yeah.
I bet hunting season, where you thought we counted them down 191 days, and now it's almost here.
Yeah, we just got to get through these dog days here, and we'll be all right.
And I'm gonna tell you the truth, ladies and gentlemen. There's a bunch going on in West Tennessee. The CWD counties there, the 3 confirmed positives, and then there's other surrounding counties, 5 other surrounding counties that are what they consider high risk. But they're going to have a velvet hunt. That's the last weekend?
It'll be the last weekend of August, and it's in conjunction with the statewide velvet hunt. But what they're going to do there is they're going to allow muzzleloaders during the velvet hunt, and they have several special regulations that are going to be put into place there for those counties.
I've been going, and we've been talking about that stuff.
Yeah, there's several new things going on, and so we'll talk more about that as we get closer to it. But it's going to be muzzleloader there for those 3 days. It'll be a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And of course, it's archery statewide for that hunt. Right. So we'll all be able to get after them with a bow, and down there in those counties, they'll be able to muzzleload hunt.
But I did talk to some of the folks out there at TWRA, and they are asking if you want an opportunity to go hunt a WMA. Consider West Tennessee. They're really wanting some hunters to come on out there and help them out, and try to keep that CWD down to just those 3 counties.
Trying to keep it in those counties is the goal.
That's right, and not let it out. And actually, TWRA is asking for hunters to help. So that's a good thing, and we should step up to the plate.
We should, because it's something that has to be done. And so if the state departments, and this has happened in other states, plenty of times before it got here, if it gets to where they have to go in there and do it, they'll do it.
They will.
But some states have just gone in there and done it anyway, right off the bat. But what TWRA is doing that's different, that I tip my hat to them for, is they're giving the hunters the opportunity to do it. They're getting the chance to go in and get special hunting seasons and regulations that are set up to where we can do it ourselves if we'll do it.
And Brandon, they're making it really, really enticing.
Yeah, they are.
Because if you happen to go to West Tennessee, in those counties, in those 8 counties total that we're talking about, and if you happen to take a buck that does come back positive CWD, they give you another buck tag.
That's right, and there's no limit on those. If
No.
you shoot 3 of them with CWD, you'll get 3 replacement buck tags.
You'll get another buck tag.
Something else that they're offering in those counties is if you fill 2 antlerless tags, you can earn an additional buck
That's
tag
what
as well.
I love that part.
So, like I say, they're giving a lot of
doing some stuff,
incentives and
yes.
doing some things to get people to come up there and hunt, and just allowing us to do it ourselves. You know, if they just went in there and did it, everybody fuss. Well, we should have a chance to do it. So, we got the chance. We need to take advantage of it.
And I want to stop something right now. They're talking about, a lot of people are a little upset that West Tennesseans are being allowed to take the muzzleloader during that August hunt. Let me tell you something. I've talked to a lot of those West Tennessee guys and gals. They gladly give up that privilege not to have the CWD.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not like they decided,
ask
hey, let's
for
get
it.
CWD so we can
Yeah.
go muzzleloader hunting.
No.
I mean, that's not the case at all. You'd definitely rather be bow hunting than
Yes.
have the opportunity to muzzleloader
And that's
hunt
what they're
because you have
saying. We'd
CWD.
rather bow hunt.
Yeah, that's a fact, and we really just need to make sure whoever does go there, whether it's from Middle Tennessee, East Tennessee, out of state, wherever they come from, to adhere to the regulations, because that's going to
Yep.
be one of the biggest concern that I have, and I
Is
mean
the
not really
concealment.
concern, it's just concealment.
That's right.
You've got to have everything deboned. You've got to bring it back the right way, the way
skull
they're
cap
saying.
has to be clean.
That's oh so important. It only takes one. It only takes one.
You're right.
And so that's going to be the biggest thing, is keeping wraps on how are they leaving the county, make sure everybody's abiding by what they're supposed to be. They're going to be testing each one of these deer. That is one catch to those doe tags. You know, a lot of people say, well, they'll just check them in online. No, they got to be turned in for a sample. Yeah,
That's right.
So, but they'll be sampling all these deer. So,
And I tell you something else too. I want to prepare you now, Middle Tennessee, East Tennessee. I want to prepare you now, because West Tennessee's already getting prepared. There will be some mandatory check-ins where you will be asked to check in your deer during certain times of this year.
yeah. And
Usually it's the openers.
it is like the opening a gun, the opening a muzzleloader. They
Yes.
usually do them on each of those weekends.
Where you were doing it on computer, they're going to ask you to come to a check-in station where they will have a TWRA biologist or game warden or some official, a tech maybe, but they know how to take samples to see if there is CWD spreading.
Right, because they know it's in those counties.
They know it's in those.
What they're trying to do is make sure it's not in this county,
right.
and that's why that's important as well.
Because you sure don't want it to
It's not
come
that
up in
hard to take it
Rutherford
down
County.
there. Right. And you don't want it to be because you didn't take your deer up there and
That's
get it
exactly
tested
right.
either, you
That's
know.
exactly right.
If they offer that, I'm actually hoping myself that at some point we have a way to check every one of them. You know, even if it's a self-send-off sample kit or something, I'm hoping they'll come up with some way
And
in the
that's a good
future where we
idea,
can
too.
check every deer that
Yeah.
we have before we put it in the freezer
Yeah.
for our family. We want to feel confident putting them in there just like we have in the past.
And I will tell you this: according to the what is it called? The CC, the ones that do the critical disease control, disease control center, the DCC or whatever
Something
it's called,
like that.
something like that. It's letters. They have come out and said if you do have a deer that is positive for CWD, dispose of the meat. Do not.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Consume it.
suggest to anyone to eat it. There's no testing that says that it can affect the meat. There's no testing that says it can't.
Can't. That's
And
right.
so because of that, you know, it would definitely not be fed to my household.
And that's just precautionary. I mean, you know, the main thing, ladies and gentlemen, is there's such an incubation time for the deer. The deer can actually have it up to 18 months. This prion, 18 months before it shows signs of
Right.
actually working on the deer, making it sick. They are not sure, however, according to the critical disease centers, how long of an incubation it could be in humans.
Right.
And they're saying it could be a long period of time. So that's why they're saying if you come across a deer that has CWD and you know it does, do not eat the meat. Go ahead and discard it. And we'll help you out with trying to figure out ways to discard it. because there is proper procedures too.
Yeah,
That prion, did you know, Brandon, we found out here last week, it'll last up to 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yes, and lives in the dirt.
It lives in dirt.
You know, so there's a lot to it.
There's a lot to it.
There really is. Guys, we're going to go over and do this week's Wild Game Forecast. It's being sponsored by our friends over at Wilson Bank and Trust. Stop into one of their 28 Middle Tennessee locations and ask them how you can help them help a teacher this year. They've got a program going on right now where they're helping to stock local classrooms. So stop in and see how you can be a part of that, and thank them for everything they do.
All right. Like I said, deer are putting on antlers. Man, I'm seeing a lot of deer.
They've seen a lot of deer. They're coming
Still
right
a lot
along
of
with their
fawns out there,
growth.
too.
Fawns are still dropping. A lot of fish are being caught.
A lot of fish being caught.
There's still a good bit of crappie being caught over on Percy Priest. They're in deeper water right now. But
and I also
I've heard
wanted to tell
several good
you,
reports.
this is a great place to do it. Talked to Bobby Wilson this week, TWRA, the executive vice president, TWRA. Bobby Wilson said, if you can, they are looking for, in any of the waters within Tennessee, if you locate a Asian carp below 9 inches or below, they're asking you to take a picture, they're asking you to freeze it, they're asking you to send it to them at TWRA, either call the game warden or whatever, get it to them, because they're trying to find out if there's any offspring or whether they've had their spawns, if it's worked. So far, they haven't had any.
I know, and it looks
that's
like
a great
they're
thing.
making a lot of progress at this point, so hopefully that'll continue.
But he did want me to ask everybody to please, if you come across, and it's real close, a threadfin shad and a Asian
so
carp when
similar.
they're little, they are so similar to look at. So if you'll go in and check on tnwildlife.org, they've got pictures to tell you how to tell the difference in an Asian carp and a threadfin shad or a gizzard shad, and that'll help you out. But they're asking for our help on that one.
Guys, we want to remind you, follow us on Facebook. Keep up with us on there. We'll let you know how we're doing on the weekends. We've got a lot of work coming up the next few weekends. Try to give you some tips on dove field prep, some preseason deer hunting stuff. Let us know how you're doing. Send us your pictures and your videos. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with this week's Pictures of the Week and some more Southern Woods and Waters.